Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? So yeah, hi. I was debating whether or not to play something else. Maybe a little Monster Hunter World or something along those lines, but unfortunately, I'm really bad at Monster Hunter World. It's probably been about a year or so since I've actually played it here. Sorry, I'm like standing up this time, so the microphone, my whole setup, it's a little bit different than normal, but hopefully I can actually play a little bit better this time. I'm learning a few new riffs. Probably definitely not up to speed yet. It was the 41st anniversary of Number of the Beast from Iron Maiden. I've mentioned it before that I've tried playing Iron Maiden before, but I'm not particularly good at it. So I figured, this would be a good time to learn, and sure enough, it got the sick riff in the middle of 22 Acacia Avenue, so I'm pretty happy with that. Definitely not at speed, but I'm getting there. But yeah, hi, I'm Wes, and I hope you guys are having a good night tonight. You know, I've been debating whether or not to do a guitar stream lately. More than likely, this will be probably more of a kind of a chatting stream more than anything else, with a few riffs kind of thrown in there every now and then. It's more my fingers than anything. I posted on Twitter the other day. I'm trying to learn a couple of the new Metallica tracks, right? And they've got some slides in them that I am not particularly used to, so they're hitting different parts of my finger than I normally press down with. And yeah, it blistered a lot of my a lot of my fingers. So sorry about that. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of hang out, chill. It was more than anything just an excuse to, say hello, stand up for a little bit. I feel like I've been sitting for like a year and a half, and I just really need to just get up, stand up, play around a little bit, be stop being such a gamer, I guess. So yeah, I really had no plans for tonight other than just kind of noodling around a little bit. I am open to requests, I guess, but it's mostly Metallica covers, right? So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good weekend and having a good time out there. It's been pretty chill here. I don't know why I've started watching the new season of Love is Blind. I said last season that this was it, that I'm done. I can't do this anymore, and I lied. So here we are again. But yeah, I would have done this a little bit earlier, but G Witch was having a complete watch along with a couple of the Hollow members and whatnot, so I wanted to hop in and watch that for a little bit too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, let's get in here and play a little bit, shall we? Hmm, that sounds a little bit off, but that's fine. I'm just kind of wondering if maybe one of the batteries went out in my lower pickup. Hey, there we go. Hmm. I don't know. You guys have any idea? I mean, it sounds fine now, right? Yeah. Well, I got nothing. You guys know me. I just play. I don't know anything about the technical stuff behind it, so I just kind of come in and riff a little bit. It's been a long time since I played the solo one. Hmm. There we go. All right. I think I remembered how to play that for the most part. But yeah, anyway, so I've been thinking about just trying to learn a few new tracks, and yeah, it's been fun. I don't do these guitar streams enough, which it kind of becomes like a self-defeating cycle, right? Like you want to get in, you want to practice, but if you don't get in and practice, then you get worse, and it kind of feeds from there, right? So I'm gonna try doing these a lot more. I've got a fairly decent setup. It involves a lot of moving furniture and just trying to make space. But now that I'm actually standing and I've got my snake bite like actually on my hips, it feels a lot better than trying to sit in that chair that I was using for my live stream. So, hopefully you could tell the difference just from how I'm playing. I really have no idea. If you're ready for some very mid-level 80s thrash, I guess. It's been it's been ages since I played Seek and Destroy. All right, I'm happy with that. But yeah, I've been trying to learn a little bit more when it comes to just a few other bands out and about. The problem is now that everything has moved to YouTube, like I've still got all of my MP3s and everything like actually available on my hard drive, right? But I never really play them or anything along those lines. So it's all YouTube, but YouTube with the algorithm is oh buddy, let me tell you about that algorithm. But no, really, it really is just like, oh, you listen to this band, so here's the only band we're going to recommend. So I have all of these bands that I really want to learn a little bit more songs from, and that I've just never really gotten around to because I never really remember them more than anything else. So, that's kind of one of my goals for this year and with these streams going forward is just to try and learn a little bit more from a few other bands. Right now, Iron Maiden is like the big one. They're the ones that I really want to learn probably more than anything else, just because I mean it's fucking Iron Maiden, you know. But they are very difficult. Even putting aside the fact that I have to remember to actually look up tabs and everything for them and actually like get into the mindset of really sitting down to learn them, they're just hard in general. Like they're very, very different than Metallica, which is what I kind of started playing and growing up playing with all the power chords and that kind of thing. Um, James Hetfield's down picking and everything is it's quite a bit different just in terms of style from what Iron Maiden plays. Obviously, Metallica's borrowed some things here and there, but just in terms of the physicality of it, it's pretty rough. It's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I love what I can play of Iron Maiden, but it's definitely difficult. So that's more of a long-term project. It's So yeah, that's about all of Number of the Beast that I can play, and it's obviously not nearly at speed. I don't know. They're a lot of fun to play, but just their finger work it's so good. It's so good, but it's also really really hard to If you're not used to certain types of fingering and certain types of chord progression, you know, I kind of talk about this every now and then when it comes to my streams, right? Like a lot of your favorite bands, a lot of the big bands, right? Like their personality doesn't just show up in their tone and their songs and that kind of thing. It shows up in how they physically play. You know, if you don't play guitar, it can be a little bit hard to describe what it feels like. But like Metallica, like they're just a freight train, right? Just these big beefy power chords. And you've got, you know, Master of Puppets, which is just kind of like a march forward, right? Or Inner Sandman, which, you know, obviously the big anthem. But the way your fingers move and the way they have their power chord progressions and that kind of thing, like it feels like a freight train. Like physically feels like you're marching into a war zone, you know, which is great. Yeah, sorry about that. There we go. For Iron Maiden, even though it's still British heavy metal, and even though it's still somewhat thrashy with big solos and that kind of thing, it feels like you're playing art. It really does. Which isn't to say that other bands aren't artistic, but I mean the physicality of how you move your fingers feels like you're playing a painting. I really cannot describe it any other way, but it's really difficult and really, really fun when you get it down, but it's hard. So, yeah, you know, you compare that to, you know, someone like Van Halen, who's just, it feels like you're playing a teenager's. You know, it feels like you're playing as a teenager out on holiday. Like that's what Van Halen feels like when you play it. So yeah, I mean, all of these bands, it's not just the tone that comes out through the speakers that you all hear on the radio. There's definitely a physicality to how it feels when you play it. And some bands, even though they might be in the same genre, are definitely more difficult or feel very different than others. And that's really the only way that I can possibly describe trying to play Iron Maiden compared to other thrash bands like, you know, Slayer or Pantera or something like that, right? Like it's just it's there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of tricky finger work. And even though on paper in through the speakers it doesn't really sound all that different. I mean it does, but I mean you know what I mean, right? It's metal. But when you actually physically play it, it feels very different in a good way, but in a very difficult way. So that's going to be a long term project. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how I've been learning 22 Casey Avenue. You know, that was kind of a forgotten track on my list until I started re-listening to it the other day, thanks to the anniversary, and then I was like, oh man, this track fucking rips, right? So yeah, it's one of the easier ones on that album. I used to be able to play "Hallowed Be Thy Name," but God knows it's been probably 10 years since I've looked at the tabs for that one, so probably not going to see that on stream. Yeah, it's a banger, but it's hard. I'd probably be able to pick it up pretty quickly if I like actually looked at the tabs. But yeah, 22 Casey Avenue, it has kind of the same when you hit that mid section, it kind of has almost the same bit of progression as Metallica's Blackened. It's a lot of back and forth, very very fast between your E and your A strings, right? Yeah, and I mean it's literally the same frets and everything as Blackened, almost even the same notes, really, in terms of you know quarter notes and all of that. But yeah, there's just it's hard. Blackened's hard, so it doesn't really surprise me that 22 Casey Avenue is kind of rough during that section. But once you get it done, it's pretty sweet. It's probably one of the easier ones I picked up so far, but I do really like playing it. I need some more practice, clean it up. I only started learning it 2 days ago, so it's been interesting. So, but yeah, speaking of blacking, yeah, that one's another tricky one, and that's because it's all James Hetfield, right? It's all that down picking monster. He's so fast at it. You'd think after playing his style of guitar playing for 17 years, I'd be better at it, but yeah, there's really no getting close to James Hetfield. Hey, Crown, what's up? Yeah, Blackened is my white whale. I really want to learn how to play it like at speed. I can do it kind of slowly and somewhat steadily, but that's really about about as fast as I can play it right now. So yeah, but oh, I don't know. After watching HoloFest and I don't know, just seeing other VTubers that have been doing a lot of the music stuff, I don't know. I just really want to do some more of the guitar things, right? Just want to get in here, thrash around a little bit, have some fun. Let's see. What should I play? I don't know. It's mostly Metallica covers, but it is what it is, right? All right, let's see. Doesn't sound quite right because I'm on the wrong guitar rig settings for this. Orion has a lot less distortion to it, a little bit more reverb, but it's a lot of fun. Their new ones are a lot of fun to play too. Screaming Suicide. I don't talk about the new one because it's not that great, but I am excited about the new album. So, but yeah, Screaming Suicide's the one that killed my fingers the other day. That's the one with all the slides. It's rough, but it is a lot of fun. So yeah, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out tonight. I mean, I'm kind of bouncing between playing and chatting, but it's it's a little easier, believe it or not, than playing Monster Hunter World right now after a year away. But I do want to play it at some point this week. I've got to really hop in and try and relearn a lot of this stuff with it. I'm so used to my Elden Ring controller buttons that I kept trying to do right trigger to attack, and yeah, I didn't do too well. So I tried. We'll do it eventually. But this is a nice opportunity to check out the new background. I hope it looks nice. I spent an hour on it, I guess. It's not super fancy. I mean, it's not going to be like one of those pro VTuber backgrounds and chat boxes, but you know, for something that I made on my own, I'm pretty happy with it. And it's just nice to have a like just chatting type of background because I've never had one before. You know, it used to just be me and my webcam in my room, right? My my blank white wall behind me because I'm broke and have no shelves. So this is much nicer. This is much nicer. We can sing, we can play guitar, we can just chat. I can bring up a little table if I wanted to. So I'm pretty happy with it, and I got my little guitar picks in the background, so I'm pretty okay with it all. I have no real complaints. And so yeah, that's kind of where we're at, you know. Let's change it up a little bit. Let me try a couple things real quick. We're gonna turn off my screamer here. There you go. So turn up the reverb a little bit. ideas. Let me see. Let me turn down. There we go. There we go. Hmm. I don't know if I like the reverb on that, but yeah, close enough. Turn up the bass a lot on that. What am I playing? It's Call of Cthulhu. Very mid. Like most things that I do, but yeah. I don't know. I'm just riffing. I've got to play Dancy Monkey by Tons and I have never heard of that before in my life. Most stay still for 5 more seconds. Why? What's going on? But yeah, I've got I don't know, no real set list or anything like that. I'm just kind of riffing and just kind of playing whatever comes to mind. It's been a couple days. I like ruined my fingers trying to learn the new Metallica song the other day, so it's it's kind of painful. I'm trying to go back and forth between playing guitar and just chatting and catching up with everyone over the weekend. How are you guys? You guys having a good weekend? Anything fancy going on out there? Fuck. Even the Eagles hate playing Hotel California. It is like one of the hardest songs that you can learn to play. I never learned how to do finger picking, which is definitely my biggest handicap. I wish I could play it. That would make me much more skilled than being a VTuber would allow. But yeah. I mean, I can put it on the list. It's gonna take me a lot of off-screen practice to play that. And even the gang. I know Metallica and thrash metal, and a little bit of Iron Maiden. That's. Or I guess a little bit of AC/DC if you want me to play Thunderstruck, because I guess everyone wants to hear Thunderstruck for some reason. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. It's the inevitable song for every guitarist. I cannot sing Hotel California, not tonight. I will do some karaoke streams eventually. It's going to take a little bit of time, because anything like Hotel California or something like that I'll have to unarchive, which there's not really much point to doing an unarchived stream if I'm by myself, right? But I do want to do some karaoke streams eventually, and we'll do some classic hits, maybe a little Dio, little Hotel California, maybe some meme songs. I got no idea. We'll play around a little bit. Play Low Down by Lil Baby featuring Metallica. I have never heard of that in my life. And I'm a huge Metallica fan. But if they have done a collab with someone named Lil Baby, I'd have to know what song they were riffing, but we go absolutely goofy. Fuck no, this thing costs $1,200. I'm not. This is my baby. There's no way I'm touching this. Maybe one of my cheap little starter guitars. All right, you guys want to get heavy? You want to get heavy, or just kind of keep doing the acoustic thing a little bit? I may or may not be a little out of tune. I didn't have enough time to try and tune this thing before I started. Turns out that there's a lot of setup to trying to do the VTuber thing. So I'm like rushing, tripping over my cables and lifting my heavy gamer chair, trying to make room in my room to try and do all of this. So I feel like I might be a little flat. No, I don't know Lil Bay, unfortunately. I mean, I'm really open to all kinds of different music. But as I was saying a little bit earlier, like, it's all about the YouTube algorithm, right? So I don't really get a chance to listen to a lot of new bands because YouTube says, oh, I listened to this band, so you just want to hear nothing but this band. But I like discovering new music. I just, yeah, I never get a chance to really do it. But, you know, I listen to a lot of, like, Metallica and Iron Maiden, but I'll also listen to, you know, gamer music, I guess. A lot of Soken. And then a lot of Katie Tunstall and you know, a little bit of everything. I try not to stick to one particular thing. No, my snake bite is my baby. The ESP snake bite in the picture. That's my guitar. That's not an actual photo of my actual guitar, but yeah, that's what I'm playing right now. mm. All right, let's get a little heavy. Reverb down, turn the screamer back on. I'm trying to think of something I haven't actually played in a while, and I can always do Creeping Death, I guess. Tried to do a stream the other day with a lot of Devin Townsend, but yeah, it's such a pain to try and tune the guitar back and forth. So. I might be able to do. No, that's not right. There we go. There we go. There. I got no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm just I got nothing going on. I've got this. I'm just wanking. Fuck, that's hard to play. I almost had it for a second, and then nope, folded at the very end. But hey, still not bad for a song that's 41 years old, huh? It's such a classic. I love it. I need to really go through and learn a few of the more iconic tracks. 2 Minutes to Midnight would be a lot of fun to play, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff. I'd play more like Pantera and that kind of thing, but I got to retune and everything. There we go. Oh man, my fingers are they're feeling the past couple days. So yeah, I think I think it's time for a quick break. But if you guys have anything in particular, I can look up some tabs real quick and see what we can learn. I've been trying to remember how to play a long fall from FF14, but it's uh it's been a while, and I think they only just got some decent tabs out. It was like a solid year and a half before we could find anything along those lines for it, but I think there are a couple decent tabs out. All right. Whew. There we go. Some of these I'm gonna have to like actually go back and listen to too. Like I'm trying to remember holier than thou, but that's like, yeah, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. All I need to do is like listen to it once or twice and probably be fine. But I think that'll do it for tonight. Mostly because I just want to get in here and test all of this stuff and make sure that the new background's working and the new rig setup and all that. So I hope you guys had fun and didn't mind me playing some very mid thrash metal for a while. It won't get better unless I practice, right? So we'll try and do some more of these streams in the future. I don't know about Hotel California. That's a tall order, but we'll try and I don't know, maybe make it work at some point or another. But I don't know. I had fun. I definitely feel a lot better trying to stand up than trying to play with this giant guitar in the middle of my seat. So yeah, I think we'll keep it up and try and make sure to not go 3 to 4 months between doing these next time. So let me know how the audio levels and all of that were. I'm gonna go back and watch the VOD and all of that stuff tonight as well, just to check the audio. I really I can get it configured for all of my games, but it's a little bit harder when it's guitar rigged, so it might be too loud, too soft. I really have no idea. But yeah, we'll be back at some point this week. Obviously gonna do the FF7 stream at some point. Here's pull out my bass because it's always plugged in. Hell yeah, right on, man. But yeah, speaking of bass, I really want to learn some Motorhead. But they're down tuned a little bit from what I'm at right now, and I don't want to spend like 15 minutes trying to retune this thing. But yeah, I'd love to play some Motorhead sometime. Get some of that some Lemmy bass in there. But yeah, we'll be back at some point this week with a little bit more FF. Well, starting the FF7 stream. Now that I've got my logo and this background and all of this stuff all taken care of, it shouldn't be too much longer for me to actually revamp the FF playthrough screen. It should go pretty quick, and we'll start FF7 at some point this week and have some fun with that. And obviously, we've got the FF14 live letter coming up on the 31st, so that's getting pretty close. I've we'll probably do an FF14 stream at some point this week just to kind of go over all of the news that they had at PAX, since that's going on right now. A lot of stuff kind of announced there, and obviously the new FF16 trailer just came out, and then probably I don't know, maybe some Deep Rock Galactic or Sea of Thieves or something. I haven't entirely decided. So we'll just kind of take it as we can. But thanks a ton for coming and hanging out and just kind of chilling with me a little bit. It was a little bit of a weirder stream, but I don't know. I think we've got a setup that's gonna work here on out. It's just a matter of cleaning up a couple of things here and there. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and if I don't see you tomorrow, the rest of your weekend. Take care, everybody.